Earth-moving claw on one side, giant buzzsaw on the other. Oh, the mischief and trouble I could cause. If only I could lift this thing! Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. As you can probably guess, we're out here in the dining room because we need a big table to show off the Titan class figure. And for Legacy, we have the Cybertron universe version of Metroplex. And yes, he is certainly one of the big figures here, folks. As you can see by his imposing size and the imposing weapon he carries. And of course, as he is the Titan class figure, so he will set people back a lot of money. He retails for about $180 to $200. I was fortunate enough to find him in a store. Although that's the real trick, you have to find a big box store that will dedicate the space to large toys. Not all of them are willing to dedicate the space to something this big. All in all, this is one based on a figure that was released in the early 2000s. And from what I can tell, is pretty similar. But of course, this one's also a little more modern. So it does have a few changes, but again, since I wasn't collecting toys during that time, it was about the time that one came out, I was still working low-wage jobs. And certainly wasn't going to devote the space to something anywhere remotely close to his size. Alright. I'll tell you though right now though, out of a lot of the Titan figures, Metroplex here has the least amount of accessories. The only accessory he comes with is this extra large weapon. And of course it breaks down, so it comes in two pieces. Since it does have the famous mode where you can switch the robot around a little bit, and his hands are replaced by this weapon. And then it can be fully transformed into a giant earth-moving vehicle, which we will slowly demonstrate. But as you can imagine, this guy is going to be real fun to show off. Okay, I got the loose parts laid here right in front of him so you can see that the weapon does separate into the two components. You got the one here that's like the scoop on a construction crane or an earth-moving vehicle. It does have a hinge here in the center, so that it does allow it to be posed. There is one right here at the base of it as well. And of course the claw here can be moved. It can be closed. And it can open real wide. So you get a fair amount of articulation out of that. The other end, of course, is a giant buzz saw. It does have this post that flips outwards so it can be held in the robot's hand. When you're not using it like such, it can be folded down. And as you can see there, the buzzsaw does spin. Not quite making annoying noises, but I guess if you heard it enough times, it would drive you crazy. But at any rate, those are Metroplex's loose parts. Now, of course, we'll kind of scroll up here so we can look at Metroplex. We're going to only demonstrate some of his articulation, because as you can imagine, this is real tough to do one-handed. That's kind of, the head can rotate from side to side, and it's on a hinge joint, so it will look up and down. One of the ankle joints just gave on me while I was doing that. His arms do raise out to the side, so they will stand perpendicular, and they do rotate all the way around at the shoulder. You can see here there is a hinge at the elbow, so the arms do bend at the elbow 90 degrees, and there is a cut here at the bicep, so his arms can be turned at the bicep, so he has G.I. Joe battle grip. The hands down here, they can be turned at the wrist, and of course the hands do open up. You got all four fingers can be folded in together, and the thumb is on a separate articulation. I can tell you right now that he can be twisted here at the hip, so he does have some dance moves going. You can see right here, there's obviously articulation for his legs at the hip. He can do a full splits. There is a cut here at the thigh, so he does have a thigh cut. He can bend his legs at the knees 90 degrees. And of course, there is some down here at his ankles. Like I said, his ankle one gave on me while I was adjusting the head for you, so you do have to be careful with him. He's got so much articulation that simply messing with him can cause him to suddenly shift in the legs and then topple over. So definitely handle him with care. Okay, we've got Metroplex turned around here to the backside for the moment for two reasons. One, when we transform him, we got to start on his backside, so we've already taken care of that. But number two is to also show you another means of attaching the weapon. Because as you can imagine, he can hold the weapon one-handed or two-handed, depending on how you want to configure him. But he can also stow the weapon here on his backside. The buzzsaw component, as you can see, there's a hole right here at the top, and then shortly down here there's another hole here. Well, those holes happen to apparently line up with those posts right there. So you should be able to just snap the weapon in. I'm going to set the camera down so that I can try to do that. And try to keep the words down to a minimum here. Come on, go on there. There we go. That didn't take too much effort. As you can see here, you can stow the weapon on his backside. Looks a little strange, to say the least, but maybe that makes him easier to store if you've got a large enough cabinet or something to keep him in. Alright, let's get this thing off of him. This is going to take a little bit. I need the other hand, so hold on. Okay, to begin transforming him, because we'll go with the mid-robot stage first. And to do that, we start here on his backside. We're going to take these gray pieces, you fold them up, you fold them together like that. And then you'll take these black pieces along the side, you're going to fold them, and they should line up and connect with these gray pieces here. So it'll form like a small cabin Sort of like the driver's component on many of these earth-moving vehicles. Alright, once we've done that, we'll come up here to his head and we're going to fold the antenna so that they're coming back facing us. Once the antenna are down, you'll take these blue pieces here. You'll make sure they are separated like so, and you're going to fold them, just them, up and over so they go to the other side. They'll only fold up about so far, one-handed. Let me try it with the other. Yeah, the secret on that is you gotta make sure that they are totally folded outwards before you try to push them to go and clear the head. They gotta be totally folded outwards, so be a little careful with that as you do it. And then now we can turn him around. And now once we've got him turned around to face us, we'll fold these blue plates over. They should be set up to connect, like so, to hide his face. Then of course, once that's done, you will turn the head all the way around like so. Then the head should slide forwards like that, so that it's in position in front. Then of course, now that we've done that, the central part of his chest can now be flipped up, and we fold out everything like so there, so that everything is out. Then next we're going to come down here to his arms. As you can see here, forearms just lift up. You can rotate the hand so that it goes inside. And make sure to get in as close to a closed fist as possible. And then you fold it back down to close it up. There we go. So now with all that done, we now pitch the body here at the torso so that it folds down, and we'll fold down the guns at his shoulders. Come up here to this piece that we made earlier. You're going to rotate it so it's facing sideways. Then we bring up the head piece here. And this whole section rotates all the way around. Like that. And then we'll turn this piece again. So now part of that is facing us. Then we'll come back here and you'll rotate the arms so that they're pointing downwards. And I need both hands for that. That's better. Alright, so once we've done that, then we can turn him around again. I think for this year for Christmas, I'm asking for a turntable. Once we've done that, we're going to fold down the guns at the shoulder. Turn the instructions around here. So I want us to come down here to his arms, and we're going to turn them here at the wrist. Just like that. Excuse me, I need the other hand. Alright, so now that we've got him like that, next is going to come some folding of the legs. So I'm going to put the camera down here and we'll try to go through things. The first stage is we are going to fold him at the knees, but fold it so the legs come towards us. So do the knees, do the legs like that. Then you will come here to his feet, and you will fold them at the ankle joint so that they come up like that. And then next, we're going to do it there at the knee joint. This is where it gets a little tricky. There we go. Gets a little tricky keeping it all together and keeping him from shifting on you. Alright then. Now we're going to turn him a bit to face us. So the next thing we have to do is we come up here to his top of his body, and we're going to fold these black panels here forwards. Black panels here next to his head. Then we got to twist the arms to put him in a nice surrender pose. Now, something I want to point out is we don't physically rotate the shoulder at the shoulder. What we're moving is this part right here. This whole area here was folded inward. It folds outwards and connects into these black pieces that were here on the back side. He's trying to shift on me here, folks. Doesn't exactly stay stable. This tablecloth isn't helping much. Alright then, once we've done that, then you take these pieces we folded on the front, and we fold them back to lock the arms into position. Then now you can rotate the arms at the shoulder. And we'll also bring the arms up at the elbow as well. Because right now, this is the part where we attach the weapons. Having trouble with that one, we'll try the buzz saw. There we go, we got the buzzsaw in. Can we get the claw in? There we go, finally. There we go. This is his worker robot mode. You'd almost expect him to have a welding torch or something to go with it. All in all, this mode is rather impressive to look at. And rather imposing. Now we're going to change him into his Earth Mover mode. And of course, the first thing to do is to remove the weapons. As you can see, we've already done that. Just to make things a little simpler for us. Alright, first thing we have to do is we come up here and we rotate this section again. Just like that. The arms are going to want us to rotate towards the back. Just get it to the point where the guns are pointing downward. Kind of like that. And then, of course, we take this part, raise it all the way up. And then we got to rotate it. He's knocking down the backdrop here. Come on. Don't destroy the set, Metroplex, please. The set's cheap, but please don't wreck it. Once we've done that, we can... Yeah, we're going to have to fix this. Hold on. Okay, now we've fixed the set. We get him turned around like so. We'll come up here. We're going to fold in this piece. Before we just let everything hang down. Get this piece up top here. I'm going to rotate it so that it faces that way. Then the next thing we got to do is we got to lay him down. We need to get here to his feet. Because we've got to fold out these tank treads. They should snap like that when they're in position. And we're going to lay him down somewhat like so. Because we got to bend these legs here at the knees downwards. We got to adjust things here, so I'm going to kill the camera so that we can make the adjustments easier. Okay, this is how all the bending gets him to look out. You got the feet flat on the ground and they should be connected. Then you bend him backward at the knee. Alright, here's his knees. Then the knees fold back and rest against the back of the feet. Then this leads up to the hip. Right down here is the hip. And the body should be resting right here, right up against it. So it's a pain in the butt to get him in this mode, but just takes a little practice. As you can imagine, he's going to be a fun one for young children. Alright, once we've got him like this, we come up here and we're going to remove these black pieces. They got a big post here on the end, and they should lock in into these spots here. No, it's not going to lock, it's just going to rest right on the kneecap. So the big post doesn't really mean a thing, really. Put it like that. Then the arms, you're going to rotate again, getting this black piece here to pop free. You know, rotate the black piece, not the shoulder. There we go. There we go, we got the one freed. so I can show you it now. It folds forward and goes in like that. Then, of course, you can adjust the arm at the elbow. So that it kind of looks like the treads are lining up on the floor. Then, of course, you can bring the black piece back to lock the shoulder in place. Now we're going to do that here with the other arm, so bear with me. There we go. Getting a little bit heavy, but we'll fix that in a second. Once you got the arms configured like so, you will then pop them free at the shoulder. Come on. Excuse me. Okay, the problem was that the instructions had us fold these arms back inward. Apparently we don't do that, since that apparently inhibits the arm from being able to come out like that. So Hasbro really kind of fumbled things on the instructions with this. So it really shouldn't have been necessary. But alright, now that we got the arms out the way they're supposed to be, for the next and nearly final steps on this, is that we are going to take these pieces here, the treads here at the side where his arms were. You'll see here on the top there's some posts protruding out. Well, those are going to connect to these holes here just inside of his hip. So we're going to do that here. All you got to do is connect the long one. And then, of course, once we've done that, they want us to pop these pieces free, and we should lock them into the knees to help hold and keep Metroplex together. Just exactly like that. Then, of course, you get to attach the equipment. They attach right here to the cockpit. Wrong way. And of course, once you got those on, there it is, in full glory in his Earth Mover mode. Quite an imposing transformer. Alright, as we get to my thoughts, what do I think of this toy? I think it's rather big and rather needlessly complicated, folks. But it is based on one that did previously exist. So I shouldn't fault it too much, as it does try to incorporate a lot of the features that its predecessor had. And since this is only the second version of this toy to be made, I guess a lot can be forgiven for it. All in all, while it is a bit of a pain to transform, I do imagine there will be some children that will be up to the task of it, and will probably enjoy this vehicle and its toy all around in general. It isn't a bad one per se, it's just a bit complex to transform. But if you're playing with it all the time, the complexities will probably wear out with play wear, and as one gets adjusted to it. So at any rate, that's my review of the Cybertron Universe Metroplex in the Legacy line. I hope you all enjoyed it. And we do ask that if you like the content that we feature here on this channel, please do remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is Sparkster1701. On behalf of myself and my sidekick Larry, we want to wish all of you a happy holiday season. We appreciate your spending time with us. And we remind you, go out there and spend the holidays with somebody you love, regardless of which one you celebrate. Happy holidays to all, and we'll catch you later.